Welcome back to The Next Word. I'm your host, Chris Warnke, and today we have a very special guest. As the ambassador from the Kingdom of Thailand to the United States, His Excellency Tanee Sangrat is no stranger to Washington, and he truly is a diplomat's diplomat. Thailand has a lot of friends in Congress, and the new U.S.-Thai Alliance Caucus is very exciting. I also point out that Senator Duckworth of Illinois is Thai-American. The United States and Thailand are celebrating 190 years of diplomatic relations, and the first contact was made in 1833. Thailand was the first country in Asia to be recognized. Ambassador, what a history. Okay. And Thai, the land of the free.
Yes.
That's what it means.
Yes, literally that's what it means.
I love
Thailand.
It. That's great. So tell me about yourself, because you are truly a diplomat's diplomat.
Well, I am Ambassador of Thailand to the United States, but this is my second tour to Washington, D.C., my third tour to the U.S. Between my first tour to D.C., I had my second tour as Consul General to Los Angeles. So this is my third tour to Washington, D.C. I also went to school in the U.S., in the Midwest, in Southern Illinois, in a small town called Alton, Illinois. I also went to Southern Illinois University, University of Wisconsin, and University of Pittsburgh.
Right. But so really, you did all your college, and you were in high school, right? In
Yes.
Alton, Illinois.
Yes.
What was that like growing up, coming from Thailand, coming into the Midwest?
It was a bit strange for me because I was not born in the U.S. I was sent by my parents to live with their best friends. They were Thai-American doctors, so I grew up in a doctor's family in a Thai-American circle. So it was strange at first, and it was also a lot of fun after you got used to it, and you made some friends. So I played on the high school soccer team, and we had a lot of fun in Southern Illinois, believe it or not.
That's great, because small town. There's a large population, though, of Thai Americans in Illinois, correct?
Yes, we have not a large population. We have Thai American doctors, families scattered, throughout the United States. Concentrated in Southern Illinois, around St. Louis area, Chicago, and most of the big cities. Right. So we're scattered all over.
California,
Los Angeles is home of the largest Thai American community, Thai community outside of Thailand.
Really?
So all over the United States, total, I think the registered number with the census is over 300,000. But I think if you include everybody, I think we should have well over 500,000 Thais and Thai Americans all over the country.
Oh my God! And New Jersey, I noticed. New Jersey.
In New Jersey, New York, you have to name it. San Francisco, Texas. I think it's the second largest state with Thai American population. In Houston, in Dallas, Austin, Florida, and Miami. In the DMV area, right here in Montgomery County. So we all over the place.
Yes, and you lived in Montgomery County on your first tour.
Yes, I during my first tour to the United States, I lived in Montgomery County on Seven Locks. My two sons went to Seven Locks Elementary School and Kevin John Middle School, and we had a great time. To sum up, it's like a cabin and hops, beautiful parks, nice homes, and we had a great time. It's something great to look back on. They have an incredible childhood. So beautiful area.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Montgomery County.
I love it too. Growing up here, it was a great place to grow up. Yes. But you got into, what made you decide to get into the Foreign Service, you obviously came here, in teenage years, right?
Well, I was always interested in public administration, serving the country. So to my limited experience at the time, I studied political science in my undergrad. And then I went on to study international affairs, Southeast Asian studies, and then I returned to join the Foreign Service. That was the only thing I knew
Right.
So I thought it would be the best way to serve my country and the region. So I think when we look at our country, Thailand, we're in the middle of Southeast Asia, on the mainland Southeast Asia, surrounded by challenges and with our neighbors. So foreign service seemed to be a way to serve our country and our region.
Well, it's fitting, with a 190-year celebration of U.S.-Thailand diplomatic relations. It's also, you focus on people to people.
Thailand, as you know, is the oldest treaty ally of the United States. We went to war with one another, Korean War, Vietnam War, Cold War, war against terrorism. We have been there through thick and thin. My father fought in Vietnam as well. He's a Vietnam veteran.
Right.
He was in the Thai army. We have some of the longest relations and very close economic and defense relations. So last year was 190th anniversary of our diplomatic relations. So we organized a series of activities, one of which, as you know and you have experienced, is our Sawadee DC Thai Festival.
Which is huge.
For the first time on the National Mall, UNS, our number one in the world Muay Thai boxer. We drew over 30,000 people to the National Mall in July, in the heat of July.
Yes, right.
And we had the jazz band from New Orleans to present the jazz music of our late king's compositions. He's an American-born, jazz playing king, the father of the current king. We had many cultural performances. We had a boy band, LGBTQ boy band. That's great. Straight from Thailand, and they are very popular with the Spanish-speaking Latin American Americans, and we had wonderful many Thai restaurants that participated. It was more than that. It was a chance for us to network and build a national network of Thai communities around the country. So many people travel from Minnesota, from Florida, from Los Angeles. The North Thai Massage Association joined us and offered massage for free on the National Mall. Can you imagine that?
Massage for free?
Yes, right on the National Mall. We had the honor of having the Marine marching band to lead the parade, American style, on the National Mall. It was just a day of a lot of fun, and we had a reception before the festival, if you remember.
Yes.
And we had the opportunity of to have the Secretary of Defense, Mr. Lloyd Austin,
that's great.
and his spouse, several members of Congress, many friends of Thailand joined us in the reception a couple of days before the festival at Large Anderson House on Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
So we had a few hundred people join us for the reception. We imported pomelo, the fruit, for the first time.
Pomelo. Oh, really?
From Thailand. Yeah, we had a list of almost 10 fruits that we could import from Thailand. So last year we added pomelo.
Which is like a sweet.
It's like a big grapefruit. Oh. It's like an orange, sweet and a little bit sour. It's very healthy and very.
Don't import those. We have to have more.
So we share them in our festival, in our reception, and in our drinks.
It was a huge success.
So we had a great time. Yes. That's one major activity that we did when we were supported by many partners and many private companies, by the Thai government, by the American government as well. Before that, though, the U.S. House of Representatives got together and formed the U.S.-Thai Alliance Caucus. So that's in time, very timely for our 190th anniversary.
Was there a congressional? But isn't there a Thai congressional caucus, or maybe?
There was, but
There
when I
was.
was here the first time,
Yes.
the house also formed Friends of Thailand Caucus
Okay.
way back in 2008, 2009,
Right.
and then it was not continued. So there was a lot of gap time.
Right.
So
Okay.
so the house founded again, chaired by Congresswoman Michelle Park Steele.
Yes.
And Congressman
Bipart-
Scott Peters,
Very bipartisan. Very
yeah, bipartisan.
Very good,
And now we have many members of Congress in the
Really?
House.
Congratulations.
Yes, so they are our main vehicle to promote the common interests and cooperation and relations between
the two
Thailand and the
countries.
United States. Yes.
And it's such a strong one. Historically, it's been such a strong one.
Yes.
And of course, Thailand is one of the non-NATO allies.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
We talk a little bit about that, if you could. I mean,
So
it's
as an
fascinating.
ally, as a treaty ally, as a result of our 1833 Treaty of Amity and Commerce,
Yes.
concluding 190 years last year, we were, during the Cold War, we were also designated a major non-NATO ally of the United
Great.
States, meaning we had extra defense cooperation, defense articles that we could cooperate with the United States. And we do a lot of things behind the scene
Right. Yeah, you
to
do.
cooperate and to support one another as well. During Vietnam War, we provided
Right.
there were major naval bases and air
Right.
bases in Thailand
Right.
as well.
Right. Now you've done. I know Thailand's been a great ally, and one of, I mean, in South Asia and Southeast Asia too. It's one of few but non-NATO allies.
Yes.
I mean, there aren't that many around the world, but
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's significant for you.
Yes.
Yes.
We provide a logistic hub for U.S. military, a stopover,
Really.
and on their way to the theaters
Mhm.
in the Middle East and Central Asia. So our Sattahip naval base provided logistic for U.S. military halfway around the world.
Really. Wow,
Yes,
that's
and when we did, we arrested key terrorists in Thailand.
in Thailand.
Yes, at the request of the United States, and they are now under detention still. So we have a very close cooperation in security, in intelligence
Yes,
as well.
I know. And people, of course, it's all behind the scenes.
Yes.
All behind the scenes, so we don't know.
That's
Truly,
right.
But it's the
That's right.
cooperation and what you all have done,
That's right. That's right.
is laudable, and we greatly appreciate. I know the American people greatly appreciate
That's right.
that alliance. And so, how many people
Yes.
do you have in the caucus now? How many people? Are
We have about 10 members.
That's great.
And growing.
And growing, right? No,
Yes.
that's wonderful. Well, we're going to have a short break shortly, but when we come back, I want to talk about the National Thai Restaurant Association. You're watching The Next Word. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, backpack kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending,
No.
honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back. You're watching The Next Word. I'm your host, Chris Warnke, and today we have a great conversation with His Excellency Tanee Sangrat, Ambassador from the Kingdom of Thailand to the United States. This is great, and it's so good to have you here because you have so many plans for this year, especially here in Montgomery County.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Thank you.
Our embassy covers Washington, D.C., all Montgomery County, Maryland, and all of the states. We have 3 consulates in New York, in Chicago, and Los Angeles. So this year, we are preparing for the visit of the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Thailand to visit the United States. So we will meet with Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, the White House, and perhaps Secretary of Commerce as well, and members of the caucus, U.S.-Thai Alliance caucus.
Right. And do you plan on going outside into other cities and other states? On this visit, do you plan to see?
On this visit, it mainly for Washington, D.C. We focus on the federal government and Washington, D.C. and Montgomery County. Past year, our Prime Minister already attended the UN General Assembly in New York, the APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, in San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
Yes, so he met 21 corporations from the United States. He promoted trade and investment with all of them, and he met with a number of cabinet secretaries as well. So for the Foreign Minister's visit, we plan to discuss a lot of bilateral issues, and also to prepare for the upcoming visit of the Prime Minister himself. So our plan for the 190th anniversary last year and this year is to elevate our alliance and our relationship with the United States overall.
Right. Part of that alliance and part of the 190-year celebration and those diplomatic relations is, again, establishing people-to-people, local community involvement and ties. And I know you've really done a great job. And I know with the Sister Cities initiative, you just established one in Austin, Texas, right?
Well, in fact, it was we work hand in hand with U.S. Embassy in Bangkok, with the U.S. Consulate General in Chiang Mai, northern Thailand, which is also my hometown. So the Consul General Lisa of the United States was the one who initiated the sister cities between Chiang Mai and Austin, Texas. So I just helped and partnered with her and with Ambassador Godek as well. So we launched the sister cities already in Texas. And within the next several days, Consul General Lisa is going to launch again in Chiang Mai. And I will send in my video message, as well as a number of important people, the partners. But sister cities mean cooperation between cities, between the people, education, schools, universities, businesses, startups, incubators. There are a lot of accelerators in Austin, Texas, and there are quite a number of startups in Chiang Mai. So we plan to connect them, and for the benefit.
You've done a great job with
it.
And now Montgomery County. I know you focused in on Montgomery County potentially with your global technology.
Yes,
club?
my predecessor established the Global Innovation Club in 2022. This Global Innovation Club intends to connect startups in Thailand to the funding agencies, funding capitalist investors in the United States, including in Montgomery County, accelerators all over the United States, but especially right here in Washington, D.C. and in Montgomery County. So we plan to connect them. We plan to invite startups, founders from Thailand to connect with the technological hubs in Montgomery County, with the county government, with universities in the area as well. So we have been working on this nonstop. In fact, I have visited Austin, Texas a couple of times, Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, and other cities to connect and to build on our cooperation in the fields of technology and innovation.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's great. And I know with Montgomery College here, certainly here in Montgomery County, and other schools here in Maryland. I know that would be something that you all have also explored
Yes.
in terms of partnerships. That's great. If people want to get in touch with the embassy, is it something they can do through your offices or through your commercial or through the local?
Yes,
establishments here?
on my website, on our embassy's website, thaiembassy.org, on my Twitter as well. I think maybe you can write on
Right.
on the screen, on our Facebook as well. With our embassy Facebook as well. So we, through our social media, we would love to connect with our friends and partners in Montgomery
that's great.
County.
So people can go onto your website and see how
Yes.
they can connect, especially
Yes.
in these kinds of
Yes.
endeavors with the
Yes, we have a
startups.
list. We have a list of startups from Thailand
do? Oh, wow.
that are ready to be scaled up. These are listed by our Thai Startup Association, and also by Chulalongkorn University, our number one university. They have their own startups as well. So we have list of startups that are ready to connect with investors and
My God,
with friends
this
and
is
partners in the United States
This
and
is
around the
huge.
world.
And I know recently, because I attended, the launch of the National Thai Restaurant Association for the first time.
Yes.
Thai
Yes.
restaurants have come together, the owners, and formed a national organization.
Yes.
Correct?
And I think everybody, people in the United States and in many countries, are well aware of
Thai food, which is
of
one of my
Thai
favorite.
food, of many Thai restaurants. I think the current estimate is around 5,000 Thai restaurants in the United States. We don't have the exact number, but this is the core business of a Thai American community in the United States. So it's part of our people to people and service to our community.
Right.
So our community have come together and founded the Thai Restaurant Association in America
That's great.
with the support of our embassy in Washington D.C. Now we have many members from Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and some other states. So we are now trying to expand the numbers to other states and cities in the United States. The focus will be to partner, to strengthen the partnership, restaurants, to work on the issues of small businesses, on the regulations, and whatever that is priority on labor issues,
Right.
on immigration. They will work with our federal and with our caucus.
With the caucus. I love
in
it.
the United States and with the U.S. administration as well.
The two co-chairs of the caucus, what was their interest? They represent communities of heavily Thai populations. correct?
Well,
Thai American.
as we Thai Americans are scattered
We're
throughout,
scattered, right.
But there are some considerable numbers of them in Orange County, in Los Angeles.
Right.
That's where Congresswoman Michelle Steele is from. And also the other chair from the Democrat side is Congressman Scott Peters from El Segundo near San Diego.
Right.
So some considerable
So
Thai
it's a
Americans,
California-
not a large number,
Right,
but
right.
there's some of them. So there are Thai Buddhist temples around the country. So
Interesting,
the members of Congress, represent their communities as well.
No, you've done. I mean, and it's amazing what you've done so far. I know you traveled to North Carolina, to the city where Siam, the North Carolina. When you went to you went to North Carolina not too
Yes.
long ago. Yes.
Yes.
Can you talk about that trip a little bit? Because I remember it was quite historical.
I've been. America is my second home,
Right.
Christine.
Yeah, I know.
I went to school here. I spent a number of years here. I met real good friends in many places.
Right.
One of which is Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Right.
Why? Because the Siamese twins, Eng and Chang, after their work in the exhibitions, travel around the country to Europe as well, they finally bought their own freedom and they settled in a town called Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Right.
It's a very small town right on the border between North Carolina and Virginia. So every year, the Bunker family, the Eng and Chang, adopted an American name, Bunker.
I love
So every year, with their family organized a reunion. A few hundred of bunker, the family, a few hundred of them gathered for a reunion and clean the tombstones, and they celebrate their families. A lot like we have more similarities than we have differences.
Right.
So they have the respect for their elders. You know, they build their friendship, their family ties. So I just happened to be have the honor and opportunity to join in one of them. So we made real friends in Mount Airy. I joined their auto show in Mount Airy, North Carolina. I love cars. I love American cars. I have a Mustang myself.
You and the president and others, yeah.
So we visited the cemetery. There's a museum of the Siamese twin, Eng and Chang. It's soon to be open in Mount Airy, North Carolina.
When's the opening? Do you know yet?
Very soon. I think in the first quarter of this year.
Oh my God!
Something like
that. Go down
that.
to that.
Yes.
And of course, I know the sister city relationship between obviously Bangkok and Washington D.C.
Yes.
Which is near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
And I hope we have to plan some exciting potential activities.
This year, the governor of Bangkok, Mr. Chat, whom I have a couple of meetings with, had presented the giant swing.
The swing.
The swing, if you remember, the swing.
Yes.
The city of Bangkok, our capital city, had decided to transport over at their own expense.
Which is huge.
Yes, it's quite huge to the city, to Washington D.C.
That's great. That's great.
If you visit I think the City Hall of Washington D.C., that's a big bell.
Yes,
the green one.
Yes.
Right in the middle.
Yes.
So I don't know where somewhere our giant swing that we used to use a swing in traditional times for ceremonies.
Oh.
There's a present one in the middle of Bangkok. It's quite huge, maybe 20, 30 meters high. So there's a replica of that, which is quite a large, quite a scale as well. So it will be presented to Washington D.C. It's being transported right now.
And here it's quite an exhibition. I mean, it's quite an excursion for the transport, because it's very big, right?
Yes. So it will be displayed somewhere in Washington D.C. And we want to support the cooperation between the two capitals.
That's great.
I think Bangkok is the first sister city of Washington D.C. as well.
Yeah.
So we will support education, startups,
culture, arts,
and technology, arts and culture as well.
That's great. That's fabulous. It's going to be a wonderful addition to our city. Wonderful. Well, I could talk to you for many hours, as we know, because you're so visionary. Really, you really are, and you've done so many things that we haven't even touched upon for your country and for the alliance.
Yes.
But I really thank you. Wish we had more time, but thank you.
Well, thank you for having me. Thailand is one of the top trade and investment partners of the United States.
Yes, I know it is. I know it is. That's another. I know. You've been watching The Next Word. Thank you, and have a good evening.